Hi everyone, today is September 22nd, 2019, Sunday afternoon, 2:15 p.m. I'm in the middle of Bryant Park right now at the fountain. Outside temperature is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. I believe that is 25 degrees Celsius. And I'm going to take you on a walk on 42nd Street to 5th Avenue, and then walk up 5th Avenue to the newly opened Apple store, also codenamed the Cube. Gorgeous day out right now. Everyone out here is enjoying their time. I believe today may be the first day of autumn. So summer is coming to an end. People, whoa! That's what happens in New York, folks. Flying birds come right out your face. I feel like the birds here are more aggressive than the people. Anyway, this is the middle of Bryant Park. Some people here playing table tennis. And also, fun fact, if you look that way, there's a beehive, or maybe they removed it. Yeah, I don't see the beehive anymore. I did read that there were complaints from people that there was an active beehive in Bryant Park. So maybe that's why they removed it. But anyway, I just made a right turn on 42nd Street, and I'm going to make my way up 5th Avenue. Perhaps the most famous shopping street in the world. Definitely the most famous shopping street in New York City. Very soon, in a few months, Bryant Park, they'll close up their lawn and they'll be converted into the Winter Village. Here's the entrance to the subway station at 5th Avenue and the Bryant Park station. It's served by 5 subway lines, the B, D, F, and M trains on the 6th Avenue line, and the number 7 train, the 42nd Street line. Here's Bryant Park's public restroom, and don't be fooled because this restroom inside is absolutely gorgeous. I'd say it's probably one of the best kept public restrooms in New York City. They have people there cleaning it all the time, there's fresh flowers, and there's classical music playing in the bathroom. It's pretty amazing. And just looking up, you can see the skyscrapers along 42nd Street, Chrysler buildings in the background. The Chrysler building is the most famous building in the Art Deco style. To my right is the New York Public Library. If you're ever in New York City, you have to check out this library, the New York Public Library. It's pretty incredible, pretty amazing. It's very interesting. I see this Q32 bus traveling along 42nd Street. Normally it runs along 32nd Street, but I assume there's a reroute right now because of a cultural event, parade, something like that, that forced the bus away from its regular route. Okay, everyone, I have approached Fifth Avenue. People there enjoying a ice cream. The weather's actually been very unusual lately. It was very cool earlier in the week, and then during the latter part of the week, it just got so warm. It just seems that summer's here to stay for a little bit while longer. This building here is under construction. It's the One Vanderbilt Tower, right next to the Grand Central Terminal. Now, if anybody doesn't know about this stretch of Fifth Avenue, a lot of the famous retailers are here. You have everything from luxury brands to a lot of affordable brands as well, such as Skechers, H&M, Uniqlo. The Gap is here, and you have the higher up brands. Louis Vuitton, Bergdorf Goodman is up there. Apple, I would say, is a higher known brand as well. Also Tiffany is up there. I'll never get tired of walking Fifth Avenue. There's always new things happening here, new people. Very tricky to walk here because of all the people. Also, this scaffolding doesn't help. It kind of restricts people's movement and makes the sidewalk look a lot less wide than it should be. Here's Urban Outfitters. Here's Best Buy, the electronics store. If you're coming to New York City for electronics, I recommend going to Best Buy or B&H Photo and Video Store. Many of the other electronics stores may not be as reputable, and they may not accept returns and exchanges as well. Something's going on here with the police closing off the street. And speaking of inexpensive brands as well, there's Five Below across the street. Everything there is priced $1 to $5, hence the name Five Below. This store is completely empty. I guess they're gonna bring in some retailers here. The Moynihan, interesting name. I noticed a lot of people there aren't wearing jackets right now. It's too warm for that. There's definitely a lot of tourists here in Fifth Avenue. Here's ⁴ Nice yellow flavor they have in there right now. One cool thing about Fifth Avenue too is you can look inside the window displays and see the ever-changing fashions and designs of the era. Here you've got Barnes & Noble here with Stephen King being read. I like how Barnes & Noble incorporated mannequins in their window display. Normally that's reserved for the fashion industry, but interesting take on it for a bookstore. Let's see, I notice 1, 2, 3 people directly in front of me with shopping bags. Here's the clothing retailer Guess. The Guess store always keeps you guessing as to what fashion's going to be in store. Here's Jewelers on 5th, and also the start of the Diamond District. The Diamond District's located between 47th and 47th Street, between 5th and 6th Avenue. A fun fact, most of the deals that are done on the Diamond District are done by handshakes. And many of the stores are actually closed on Saturdays there. So the Diamond District is over there. Formerly it was on Canal Street in Lower Manhattan, but now it moved up here. There's also an interesting YouTuber I found. This was like a few years ago before. He was like sweeping up dust on the sidewalk cracks of the Diamond District and making up to like $200, I believe, a week doing that because of all the jewelry dust that's left behind. Don't really know how practical that is to do in the long term, but hey, that's an interesting way to earn a living or earn some money. As I said before, you have H&M here. And here we have a tour bus that's completely blocking the crosswalk. Look like it may still be blocking the crosswalk after this light changes. But instead of these people walking in front of it, I'm going to be walking behind it. There's 2 NYPD traffic agents there that didn't stop the bus from proceeding into the intersection. But that's just the norm right here. Here's Aldo, shoe retailer. Sunglass Hut and Puma. That woman had a little bit of trouble opening the door. And here across the street is Saks Fifth Avenue, famous for its holiday displays when they're on. Currently, they're not. It's also the main headquarters of Saks Fifth Avenue, as evidenced by the name. During the holidays, if you come here, oftentimes you can't even move because there's so many people here taking pictures and looking at the window displays. But now, instead of holiday displays, they have kind of looks like Phantom of the Opera kind of a theme, but very interesting. They have Gucci with a computer. Across the street is the Rockefeller Center promenade with the top of the Rock building in the background. More fashion here. We got, hey, I don't know what the theme is right now, but it's very interesting. Reminds me of Broadway. So you see, it's interesting to come to New York even when it's not the holidays. Saks Fifth Avenue has a lot of different window displays as well as the other retailers around here. Here's another one. Looks like the police have this block closed off, 50th Street, where St. Patrick's Cathedral is. St. Patrick's Cathedral actually used to be in the neighborhood of Nolita. Stands for North of Little Italy on Mulberry Street and Mott Street. Let me see if I can go into St. Patrick's Cathedral just for a quick minute. Okay, here's St. Patrick's Cathedral. Oh, bag check, forget it, I'm not going in there. That's just way too much effort for me to do. But it is grand in there and very nice. That's just the cons of security, folks. Across the street is a sculpture of Atlas holding up the heavens. Here's the main entrance for the cathedral. New York City is a prime destination for retail shopping and clothing shopping because there's no tax on individual items on clothing. There's no tax on individual items of clothing priced under $110. The sales tax is 8.875%, so you'll save that tax by buying clothing under that price. It's actually called the luxury tax. Another way you can save money too is you wait for a sample sale, which is when a lot of the retailers will announce, like somewhere on a fashion page or their website or Instagram, that they're having a sample sale. And what it is they'll sell off a lot of the unused merchandise that they weren't able to sell, or last year's styles and things of that nature. You can get a lot of clothing for like up to 70–80% off sometimes. It's pretty insane. But these sample sales are very popular. Sometimes they could have very long lines to go to the sample sales, and wow, there's a big crowd right now. I haven't seen a big crowd like this on Fifth Avenue in a long time walking up. It's the first time. Very strange. That was like a huge wave of people, and now like it's quiet coming the other way. Makes me think that's like a tour group or something. So here's Hollister, California, across the street, Tissot and Uniqlo. You have Lindt, which is famous for their chocolates, and Rolex. Rolex is of course famous for their many watches. It's also highly regarded as a status symbol. Although I do feel like the fashion of luxury watches is kind of dying down with the invention of smart watches and smartphones. But there's still a market for them. After all, even if it's not about the fashion, the intrinsic value of the watch makes it valuable, such as the metal content or the number of diamonds on it. Here's the Microsoft store. It's in a very similar layout as the Apple store, which is where I'm going to right now. Have NYPD here. I do notice there's a lot of barricades up on either side of 5th Avenue, along with the sanitation trucks on the next block. I do wonder if there's going to be a parade coming through or some kind of other major event that I'm not aware of. A few days ago was actually the climate change protest, and there was about 100,000 people that showed up for it, maybe. I think even some estimates was as high as 200,000 people. And it went all the way to Foley Square near City Hall. So I just passed 54th Street and the security is very tight right now. Makes it seem like the president is coming into town, which always causes a lot of traffic here because the Trump Tower is on 5th Avenue between 56th Street and 57th Street. Someone's wearing the Batman t-shirt. Interesting because the 80th anniversary of Batman as a comic book character was yesterday, September 21st. Very stylish watches in the window there. Yeah, the police are definitely getting ready for something. They have the police line "Do not cross" tape getting ready. This is how New York City does its crowd control. They have the police barricades and they keep people back from crossing the street until it's safe to cross. I am going to look up on my phone though if I could find out what the special event is. There doesn't seem to be anything on Google Maps indicating any route or anything. That's a lot of sanitation trucks. The sanitation trucks aren't here for garbage collection, people. They're here for security reasons. They use the sanitation trucks to block off the cross streets to protect against a vehicular attack. Okay, something is happening. I kind of had a feeling. Trump Tower has all the sanitation trucks around. President Trump may be coming into town. That's why I couldn't find any information online. Either that or a very high-ranked politician. But here's the Trump Tower. They have this entire block on lockdown, folks. Well, at least you as viewers get to see what it's like in New York City when there's a high security incident about to take place. You know, I believe the UN General Assembly is meeting soon. Let me look at when that is. the UN General Assembly, because definitely President Trump is going to be in when that happens. Okay, I think it may be related to that because the first day of the UN General Assembly was on September 17th, and the first day of the general debate is the 24th. So there's a lot of security around here, especially if I go over to the right towards First Avenue and 42nd Street. That's where the United Nations is. It's going to be very busy. Basically, when the UN General Assembly is in town, like all the streets around the area is locked down. They need to protect all the world leaders attending this meeting. There you have a street hawker advertising the guided tours of Central Park. You can also do it for free if you watch my video of the southern section of Central Park. Yeah, they're going all out, the police department. There's a mobile command center over there. Okay, now it's time to cross the street. And here is the newly opened Apple Store. The Apple Store underwent a multi-year renovation. It's still in its original location at the Q, but reportedly the space is now 2 times larger underneath. The Genius Bar now takes up the entire width of the store. There's multiple exits now, and my goodness, there's a large crowd to just even enter the store. It's open 24 hours, by the way.
Ladies, there's a ramp on the side.
Oh, I can visit and not have to wait? Why not? I thought that was a line just to get in the store, but you're not. Well, that's the line to buy the iPhone 11. Was released on Friday, 2 days ago, but I am curious to see what this new store is. And wow, this is a beautiful spiral staircase. Hello there. Wow, this is crazy, unbelievable. They've got a forest in here too. Okay. I feel like I'm entering a palace. This is how incredible it is. Wow. Beats headphones, people here trying out their Apple products. The iPhone 11 with the dual camera setup, and the Pro with the 3 camera setup. So this is crazy. Wow. Let's see what's on this side. Wow. All right, I'm not going to go there. There's too many people. I'll go around this way. But this is a really, really neat take on the sitting area. You got a forest here with the trees and everything. Okay, everyone. Well, I think I'll go back up now. Definitely a lot more roomy in here. They can accommodate all these people. Okay. I'm going to go up now.
have to use
Oh.
one decided.
Okay. So people can use the elevator here, but they're directing people to the side exits, which is actually a good thing because we got a chance to see it now. Got all the silicone cases here, iPad cases. There's the 11 Pro. You can buy it here at the Apple Store. Wow, this is neat. I could have came in this way. I didn't have to deal with that spiral ramp at all. But let's see where this ramp goes. There's already fingerprints on this glass, so that's one of the cons of these doors. But anyway, everyone, if you enjoyed this video from Bryant Park to the Apple Store on 5th Avenue, newly renovated Apple Store, be sure to subscribe. Give this video a big like, big thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.